So I've just arrived here at the Queenscliff Ferry Terminal, which is going to be the start of our 7-day adventure, going down the south coast and then back up again to the east coast and making our way back to Newcastle. So the first part of this journey is getting this old girl onto the ferry and over to the other side. So let's see how we go. This journey we're going to be joined by our daughter Carlia, Nanny, and of course Ange and myself. Once the truck was settled in, we made our way up to the upper deck where we enjoyed the views from the Queenscliff over to Sorrento. The journey took approximately 40 minutes on the ferry, where you could enjoy breakfast. I opted to have myself a pie. We've just hit the road heading into the Shallow Inlet Caravan Park. The road headed in is fairly heavily corrugated, so we're just going to drop the tyres on the truck down to, we'll probably go down to about 60 psi at the back and 50 psi at the front. That'll just help soften the ride on the way in. Let's get into it. Yep, we're now down to 60 on the back. That's really going to help improve that ride quality. Once we arrived at Shallow Inlet Caravan Park, we had ourselves some lunch, set up camp, and then we decided to make our way 20 minutes south towards the Wilsons Promontory, and visit some of the most southerly beaches here in Australia. Just the drive in there was an absolute tremendous view just on its own. We pulled up at the Squeaky Beach car park, where we're going to make our way to Picnic Bay and then on to Whisky Bay. The amenities there at Squeaky Beach were quite good, well signposted with directions, so off we went on our walk. Just done the walk from Squeaky Beach to Picnic Bay. It says here on the sign it's 1.5 kilometres and takes 45 minutes. And I thought, what 1.5 kilometres takes 45 minutes? But when you have a look at the spectacular scenery along the way, you could literally spend all day doing this walk. Everything from the rock pools through the beautiful coastline, the islands that are out and the sandy beaches. This is one walk that's really worth doing. Same again from Picnic Bay to Whisky Bay is about a kilometre walk, which should take 10-15 minutes, but again you can easily take a couple of hours doing some of the beautiful scenery that there is to look at along the way. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the beach. There's Nanny shooing away the March flies. Somebody needs to buy these flies a calendar and tell them it's late January. Following a quick dip there at Squeaky Beach, we then decided to make our way back to camp. On the way back, we stopped at the Prom Wildlife Walk, where we went for a bit of a walk around and saw some of the local wildlife animals. On this journey, we saw ourselves a kangaroo, a wombat, and we actually saw the wombat holes. These kangaroos are actually part of a research program. Once back at camp, we decided to make our way down to the water's edge at the Shallow Inlet and capture some of those evening sunset photos. Just had to be cautious of the snakes on the way down. Here's Ange dodging the water holes there at low tide as we make our way down for our sunset photo. Oop. I'm speaking a little bit of French there. As you can see, the sun's just about down. Nanny and Carly are up there. This is how far the tide's out. There's Ange, looks like she's just about there. He's trying to capture the sunset photo. Well, time to head back to camp and cook up a storm for dinner. So for dinner tonight, we're just going to have a quick and easy one, a bit of spag bowl. So Ange has already chopped up the onion, got that in the pan, added a bit of garlic. So what we've got to do now is brown it up. We have 500 grams of mince. There we go. 500 grams of mince. We took the mince out earlier today and I sat it in the tray of the ute for all the truck there, and we defrosted it. Once we've got the mince, we'll come back in a minute. We'll have some dolmio, some diced tomato. We might try and sneak in some veggies when the kids aren't watching. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So now we've got the mince a golden brown. Kids are still in the shower. We'll sneak in a bit of snap frozen carrot, peas and corn. Put in there. That'll do. Put them out of the way. Give them a bit of a stir in like that. We've also got the induction cooktop. We've got boiling the water at the moment. So what I'll do there is I'll just put in a dash of oil in the top of that. Just to stop the pasta sticking, we'll put the pasta in there. Righto, so I've got a bit of dolmio and sliced tomatoes, so we'll put the tomatoes in and then we'll add the dolmio, that dolmio green, as I say, and the tomatoes. Done. And give that a bit of a quick stir. It's a real quick meal too. I reckon within probably about 15 minutes you can have this all knocked up, and this will easily feed 4 people. 500 grams of mince, handful of peas, carrots and corn, tin of diced tomatoes, and the old mate dolmio, the real Italian look. I'll put that in there. I'll just cheat a bit. Do a bit of water out of there. That. I'll give that a bit of a stir in. Stirring in, we'll once that's stirred in, we'll let it simmer for a bit. It's looking pretty good actually. And our water's boiling, so I'll grab the pasta. Tonight we've got large shells. Check that out. Dip those fellas in. There we go. Alright, let that simmer, give that a bit of a stir, and I reckon I'll come back in about 10 minutes and we'll be ready to go. So pasta's boiled, I've just put it through the strainer, all good to go. Mince is all done, Kids come back for the shower, notice the veggies, so didn't get away with that one. But anyway, all good. At least we know it's healthy, right? So just tip the pasta in. Give it a stir. Stir it in and yeah, let's see how the results go. So there we go, dinner's dished up, and the garlic bread, which we did in the oven inside the caravan. Only sneezing, of course. Anne's just burned a tongue. There we go. So how does it taste?
Very nice.
Very good.
Success.
Oh yes,
I
there
don't
we
want to
go.
burn myself on camera.
Dinner time. Oh, let's eat up.
Jonno, what do we think about it?
Lovely, thank you.
Lovely. Well, I guess you made it anyway.
It's perfect.
Perfect. There you go.
Join us next week as we make our way further south and experience some of the most southerly points of Australia. Until then, Jonno Ange, J&A Down Under.